In a world where justice often seems reserved for the powerful, a 12-year-old boy finds himself at the center of a storm that challenges the very foundations of the legal system. Lucas Ramirez, an orphan with an extraordinary intellect, sits alone at the defendant's table, his intense gaze cutting through the murmur of disbelief that fills the packed courtroom. The air is thick with tension as the aggressive prosecutor lays out a case against him, while a skeptical judge watches with an expression that suggests doubt, both in Lucas's innocence and his ability to defend himself. In this moment, the stakes are impossibly high, and the outcome could redefine what it means to seek justice. Raised in the quiet corners of a local library, Lucas has spent his childhood immersed in the world of law and literature, teaching himself the intricacies of legal proceedings. Yet, despite his prodigious talents, no one believes a child can stand against seasoned lawyers. As the trial unfolds, the media sensationalizes the accusations, painting a grim picture of a young boy trapped in a web of deceit. With no legal representation and a judge who seems more inclined to dismiss him than to listen, Lucas must rely solely on his wits and determination to navigate this treacherous landscape. As the prosecutor presents his so-called evidence, Lucas's silence speaks volumes. Observing every nuance, he waits for the right moment to reveal his voice. When he finally speaks, the courtroom falls silent, captivated by his eloquence and clarity. Each question he poses to witnesses reveals cracks in the prosecution's case, and the audience begins to see him not just as a child, but as a formidable opponent. The tide slowly shifts as Lucas's sharp intellect challenges the assumptions of those who underestimated him. With every testimony, he dismantles the narrative built against him, turning the courtroom into a battleground for truth. In a twist of fate, a retired lawyer, Dr. Fernandez, becomes an unexpected ally. Though he cannot officially represent Lucas, his guidance proves invaluable as Lucas begins to craft a defense strategy that draws on his unique understanding of the law. With newfound determination, Lucas uncovers evidence of tampering and identifies a crucial witness who holds the key to his exoneration. But fear grips this witness, casting a shadow over Lucas's hopes. As the trial reaches a critical juncture, the prosecutor resorts to legal tricks, attempting to corner the young defendant. But Lucas's analytical mind finds flaws in the arguments presented against him. The courtroom erupts into chaos as he exposes the truth, forcing the judge to reconsider the case. As the climax approaches, Lucas faces the prosecutor in a final showdown, armed with irrefutable proof. The tension in the room is palpable as he systematically dismantles the accusations, leaving the judge astonished and the prosecutor stumbling. Just when it seems the case is nearing its conclusion, an unexpected witness steps forward, unveiling a larger conspiracy that had been lurking in the shadows. The judge, now fully engaged, grapples with the implications of this revelation, and the fate of a young boy hangs in the balance. In the end, Lucas is declared innocent, his story resonating far beyond the courtroom walls. The public's perception of justice is shaken, and even the judge acknowledges the brilliance of the child who dared to challenge the system. As Lucas contemplates a future in law, he embodies the idea that justice transcends age and circumstance, reminding us all that truth can emerge from the most unlikely of places. What do you think about this story? Do you believe justice is truly fair? Leave your comment and subscribe for more inspiring content. The air in the courtroom crackled with tension, a palpable mix of disbelief and anticipation swirling among the gathered crowd. As the judge settled into his seat, the gavel echoed, silencing the murmurs that had filled the room. At the center of it all sat Lucas Ramirez, a boy of just 12, yet bearing the weight of the world on his small shoulders. His dark hair fell over his forehead, framing a face marked by determination and intelligence that belied his age. In a setting typically reserved for adults, Lucas was an anomaly, a child thrust into a battle against a system that seemed poised to swallow him whole. The case against him was sensationalized in the media, painting a picture of a young delinquent rather than the brilliant mind he truly was. Orphaned at a young age, Lucas had found solace among the shelves of the local library, devouring books that fueled his insatiable curiosity. Yet despite his extraordinary intellect, the world had never given him the chance to prove himself. Now facing an aggressive prosecutor who relished the opportunity to dismantle a child, Lucas felt the weight of skepticism pressing down on him. The judge, skeptical and weary, had deemed him competent enough to defend himself, a decision that left the courtroom buzzing with disbelief. As the prosecutor began to lay out the case against him, Lucas remained silent, his keen eyes absorbing every detail. The evidence presented was shaky at best, riddled with inconsistencies that only a sharp mind could detect. When he finally spoke, his voice cut through the tension like a knife, surprising everyone with its clarity and conviction. The courtroom, once filled with doubt, began to shift as Lucas countered the prosecutor's claims with a precision that left many questioning their initial perceptions. Witnesses were called, each offering testimony that seemed to paint Lucas in a darker light, yet he listened intently, noting the contradictions that would soon become pivotal to his defense. Amidst the chaos, a figure emerged from the shadows, Dr. Fernandez, a retired lawyer with a storied past. Though he could not formally represent Lucas, he recognized a kindred spirit in the boy. With subtle guidance, he helped Lucas navigate the complexities of the legal system, igniting a spark of hope. Lucas, now armed with newfound knowledge, began to craft a defense strategy that would turn the tide in his favor. He delved into court records, uncovering evidence tampering that hinted at a deeper conspiracy. A crucial witness, however, remained elusive, their fear of retribution a constant barrier. As the trial progressed, Lucas faced numerous challenges. The prosecutor, skilled in the art of manipulation, attempted to ensnare him in legal traps, but Lucas's analytical mind found flaws in every argument. With each passing day, the courtroom became a battleground of wits, the audience slowly shifting their allegiance as they witnessed the boy's resilience. Chaos erupted when Lucas exposed the tampered evidence, forcing the judge to reconsider his stance. The courtroom buzzed with speculation, and for the first time, Lucas felt the tide turning in his favor. In a dramatic climax, Lucas faced the prosecutor head-on, dismantling every accusation with impeccable reasoning. The judge, once skeptical, found himself increasingly astonished by the boy's tenacity and intellect. Just when it seemed the case was reaching its conclusion, an unexpected witness stepped forward, revealing a larger conspiracy that had been lurking in the shadows. The courtroom held its breath as the judge prepared to make his final ruling, the weight of the moment hanging heavily in the air. In that instant, the narrative shifted from a simple trial to a profound exploration of truth, justice, and the resilience of the human spirit. As you embark on this journey of discovery and growth, imagine the possibilities that await when you connect with like-minded individuals who share your passion. Join our vibrant community today, where you can share insights, gain inspiration, and unlock exclusive content tailored just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your experience. Subscribe now, leave your thoughts in the comments, and let's thrive together. In a world where justice often seems reserved for the powerful, the story of Lucas Ramirez emerges as a poignant reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. At just 12 years old, Lucas finds himself at the center of a courtroom drama that shakes the very foundations of societal beliefs about age, intelligence, and justice. An orphan with an extraordinary IQ, Lucas has spent his formative years immersed in the dusty shelves of his local library, devouring books on law and philosophy. Yet, despite his brilliance, the adult world dismisses him as merely a child, unworthy of serious consideration. When he is wrongfully accused of a crime, the stakes skyrocket. The courtroom buzzes with skepticism and disbelief as a young boy is thrust into a battle against seasoned lawyers and a judge who seems predisposed to view him as nothing more than a misguided child. The significance of this moment cannot be overstated. It challenges not only the integrity of the legal system, but also societal perceptions of capability and worth. Lucas's silence in the face of overwhelming odds speaks volumes as he meticulously observes the proceedings, absorbing every nuance of the legal battle unfolding around him. As the trial progresses, the courtroom transforms into a theater of conflict, where the prosecutor's condescension serves as a stark reminder of the biases that often cloud justice. Lucas's first words, delivered with surprising eloquence, catch everyone off guard and begin to shift the tide of the trial. Each witness brought forth by the prosecution unwittingly becomes a pawn in Lucas's game, as he employs his sharp intellect to expose contradictions and inconsistencies in their testimonies. The audience, initially skeptical, starts to perceive Lucas not as a mere child, but as a formidable adversary, capable of challenging the status quo. In this high-stakes environment, Lucas's journey is not just about proving his innocence. It is a quest to unearth the truth buried beneath layers of deceit and manipulation. The emergence of Dr. Fernandez, a retired lawyer who takes a keen interest in Lucas's case, adds a layer of complexity to the narrative. Although he cannot officially represent Lucas, his guidance becomes invaluable as Lucas begins to navigate the intricacies of legal strategy. Together, they delve into court records and uncover evidence of tampering that could turn the tide in Lucas's favor. The courtroom becomes a battleground, with Lucas pitted against a system that underestimates him at every turn. As he faces legal traps and manipulative tactics from the prosecutor, Lucas's analytical mind shines through. He begins to dismantle the prosecution's case piece by piece, revealing the cracks in their arguments and exposing the truth hidden in plain sight. The tension escalates as the judge, initially skeptical, starts to shift his perspective, drawn in by Lucas's unwavering commitment to justice. Ultimately, this story is not just about a boy fighting for his freedom. It is a broader commentary on the nature of justice itself. It raises essential questions about who gets to define truth and fairness in a world often governed by power dynamics. As Lucas stands on the precipice of victory, the courtroom holds its breath, aware that this case could redefine the boundaries of justice and the potential of the human spirit. The resolution of Lucas's journey promises to inspire not only a rethinking of legal norms, but also a deep reflection on the inherent capabilities that reside within us all, regardless of age or circumstance. As we witness Lucas's fight for justice, we are compelled to consider our own beliefs about fairness and equality. What does it truly mean to seek justice in a world that often overlooks the voices of the vulnerable? Lucas's story invites us to engage with these questions, challenging us to reflect on our perceptions of intelligence and capability, and ultimately to advocate for a more just society. In recent months, the headlines have been dominated by stories of wrongful convictions, with an alarming statistic surfacing. Nearly 2% of those on death row in the United States are innocent. This staggering figure highlights a systemic flaw in our justice system, one that often overlooks the voices of the most vulnerable. As the nation grapples with the implications of these revelations, a packed courtroom in a small town becomes the stage for a gripping tale that embodies this urgent crisis. At the center of it all is Lucas Ramirez, a 12-year-old boy sitting alone at the defendant's table, facing a system that seems rigged against him. Lucas's situation is not merely a legal battle, it is a reflection of a broader societal issue, the failure to recognize the potential and rights of children in the justice system. As an orphan with an extraordinary IQ, Lucas has spent his formative years immersed in legal texts, teaching himself the intricacies of the law. Yet, despite his intellect, he is thrust into a world that dismisses him as a mere child, unworthy of serious consideration. The courtroom buzzes with skepticism as the prosecutor, armed with a wealth of experience, aims to dismantle Lucas's defense before it even begins. The judge's weary demeanor suggests that he has seen countless cases like this, where the odds are stacked against a child with no one to advocate for him. The core problem lies in the systemic underestimation of young individuals within the legal framework. Lucas's case serves as a poignant reminder of how easily a child can become a victim of circumstance, caught in a web of accusations without the necessary support to navigate the complexities of the law. The media frenzy surrounding the trial only exacerbates the situation, sensationalizing the story while neglecting the fundamental question of justice. How can a child possibly defend himself against seasoned attorneys? This knowledge gap is critical. It reveals a pressing need for reform in how the legal system interacts with minors, ensuring that their voices are not only heard but valued. As the trial unfolds, Lucas's struggle becomes emblematic of a larger fight for justice. Each day in court serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of a flawed system. The audience witnesses firsthand how a young boy, underestimated and alone, begins to challenge the very foundations of the prosecution's case. With every question he poses and every contradiction he exposes, Lucas transforms from a mere defendant into a symbol of resilience and intellect. The urgency of his situation resonates with anyone who believes in the fundamental right to a fair trial, regardless of age or background. In this moment, Lucas's story transcends the courtroom, igniting a conversation about the need for systemic change. As the trial approaches its climax, the stakes are raised not just for Lucas, but for the integrity of the justice system itself. Will the judge acknowledge the truth that lies beneath the surface, or will he succumb to the pressures of convention? This narrative compels us to reflect on our own perceptions of justice and the inherent biases that exist within it. As we witness Lucas's journey, we are reminded that the fight for justice is not just about winning a case, it is about ensuring that every voice, no matter how small, is given the opportunity to be heard. In a courtroom buzzing with tension, the spotlight falls on a young boy, Lucas Ramirez, whose extraordinary intellect belies his age. At just 12 years old, he finds himself at the center of a judicial storm, accused of a crime he did not commit. The atmosphere is thick with disbelief as the audience grapples with the surreal image of a child facing off against seasoned legal adversaries. The prosecutor, armed with a condescending demeanor, believes he has an easy victory, while the judge, skeptical yet intrigued, has no choice but to allow Lucas to defend himself. This unlikely scenario sets the stage for a gripping exploration of justice, intelligence, and the resilience of the human spirit. Lucas, an orphan raised in the quiet refuge of a local library, has spent countless hours absorbing knowledge, honing his analytical skills without the guidance of a mentor. His self-taught legal prowess is overshadowed by the disbelief of those around him, who cannot fathom that a child could navigate the complexities of the law. As he sits at the defendant's table, Lucas adopts a strategy of silence, using the courtroom's dynamics to his advantage. He observes, absorbing every detail, every nuance, as the prosecutor lays out a case built on shaky evidence. The media, too, sensationalizes the trial, framing Lucas as a troubled youth rather than a brilliant mind unjustly accused. As the trial progresses, the prosecutor presents what he believes to be damning evidence against Lucas, yet the boy surprises everyone when he finally speaks. With eloquence and clarity, he begins to dismantle the prosecution's arguments, revealing the inconsistencies in their claims. Witnesses testify against him, but Lucas counters their statements with incisive questions that expose contradictions, slowly shifting public perception. The audience, initially skeptical, begins to see him not as a mere child, but as a formidable opponent. This transformation is pivotal, as it highlights the core theme of the story: the capacity for intelligence and truth to shine through adversity. Amidst the chaos, a retired lawyer named Dr. Fernandez takes an interest in Lucas's plight. Although he cannot officially represent the boy, he becomes an invaluable ally, offering guidance and insight that help Lucas craft his defense strategy. This mentorship is crucial, as it empowers Lucas to navigate the treacherous waters of the legal system. With newfound confidence, he gains access to court records, uncovering evidence of tampering that could prove his innocence. Yet, the path to justice is fraught with challenges, as a key witness remains too afraid to testify, highlighting the systemic issues that often obstruct the truth. As the trial reaches its zenith, the prosecutor attempts to trap Lucas with legal maneuvers designed to exploit his youth and inexperience. The judge, initially indifferent, begins to sense the depth of Lucas's intellect as the boy skillfully identifies flaws in the prosecution's arguments. In a moment of chaos, Lucas exposes the tampered evidence, igniting a wave of disbelief in the courtroom. The judge is compelled to reconsider as the balance of power shifts dramatically. Lucas's determination and analytical mind become his greatest assets, allowing him to strike back at the forces arrayed against him. The climax unfolds in a dramatic showdown between Lucas and the prosecutor. With impeccable reasoning, Lucas dismantles the accusations, leaving the courtroom in stunned silence. Just when it seems the tide has turned, an unexpected witness steps forward, revealing a deeper conspiracy that casts doubt on the entire case. The judge, now thoroughly engaged, must confront the implications of this new evidence. As he prepares to make his final ruling, the courtroom holds its breath, aware that the outcome will resonate far beyond this single trial. In the aftermath, Lucas is declared innocent, his story reverberating through social media and public discourse, challenging perceptions of justice and intelligence. The judge, moved by the boy's extraordinary capabilities, acknowledges the impact of the trial, setting the stage for Lucas's potential future in law. As the dust settles, the narrative leaves readers pondering the complexities of justice and the potential for truth to prevail, regardless of age. The story serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the most profound insights come from the unlikeliest of sources. In the heart of the courtroom, the air crackled with tension as Lucas Ramirez prepared to face the overwhelming odds stacked against him. The prosecutor's voice dripped with condescension, yet Lucas remained focused, his mind a whirlwind of strategic thoughts. He understood that the key to his defense lay not just in the words he would speak, but in the meticulous observation of courtroom dynamics. As he watched the prosecutor's body language and the judge's subtle reactions, Lucas began to formulate a plan. He recognized that every gesture, every pause, could be leveraged to his advantage. To build his case, Lucas meticulously analyzed the evidence presented against him. He took mental notes of inconsistencies, focusing on the prosecutor's reliance on circumstantial evidence rather than hard facts. Inspired by legal texts he had devoured in the library, he realized that cross-examination could be his most powerful tool. When the first witness took the stand, Lucas asked pointed questions that revealed gaps in their testimony, demonstrating that even a child could dissect a narrative with precision. He understood that the courtroom was not just a place for legal battles, but a stage where perception played a crucial role. By shifting the audience's perspective, he could sway their opinions in his favor. As the trial progressed, Lucas's determination attracted the attention of Dr. Fernandez, a retired lawyer who had been observing the proceedings. Though unable to represent Lucas officially, Dr. Fernandez provided invaluable guidance, sharing insights on courtroom strategy and the importance of emotional intelligence. He encouraged Lucas to connect with the jury, to present his arguments not just as a matter of fact, but as a matter of justice. Lucas took this advice to heart, crafting his narrative to resonate with the human experience. He practiced his delivery, ensuring that his voice carried the weight of his truth, inviting empathy from those who listened. Meanwhile, Lucas utilized technology to his advantage, accessing court records and public databases to uncover evidence that had been overlooked. He learned to navigate the complexities of legal documents, identifying discrepancies that could bolster his defense. This self-directed research not only enhanced his understanding of the law, but also instilled a sense of empowerment. Lucas realized that knowledge was his greatest ally, allowing him to challenge the prosecution's claims with confidence. He was no longer just a boy on trial, he was a formidable opponent, armed with facts. As the trial reached its climax, Lucas faced a pivotal moment when the prosecutor attempted to trap him with a series of rapid-fire questions designed to confuse. Instead of succumbing to pressure, Lucas paused, recalling Dr. Fernandez's advice to breathe and think critically. He dissected each question, responding with clarity and logic that left the courtroom in stunned silence. This moment of composure not only showcased his intellect, but also shifted the judge's perception of him from a mere child to a serious contender in the legal arena. In the final moments of the trial, Lucas unveiled the crucial evidence he had painstakingly gathered. With unwavering confidence, he presented a witness who had previously been too afraid to come forward. This individual revealed the truth behind the conspiracy that had ensnared Lucas, unraveling the prosecutor's case piece by piece. The courtroom erupted in chaos, but amidst the turmoil, Lucas stood resolute, embodying the very essence of justice. When the judge finally rendered his verdict, declaring Lucas innocent, the room fell silent. The impact of the trial rippled beyond the walls of the courtroom, igniting discussions about the justice system and the capabilities of young minds. Lucas's journey had not only cleared his name, but also sparked a movement advocating for the rights of children in legal matters. His story became a beacon of hope, inspiring others to challenge the status quo and believe in the power of truth over age. As Lucas contemplated his next steps, he realized that his battle was just the beginning, and the pursuit of justice would forever be intertwined with his destiny. In the heart of a bustling courtroom, the tension is palpable as Lucas Ramirez, a 12-year-old orphan with an extraordinary intellect, faces a formidable legal system alone. This is not merely a trial, it's a battleground for justice where the stakes are life-altering. Lucas, having grown up in the local library, is a self-taught legal prodigy, yet the odds are stacked against him. The courtroom, filled with skeptical eyes, reflects a society that often underestimates the capabilities of youth. His silence at the outset is not a sign of weakness, rather it is a strategic observation, a moment of gathering his thoughts and assessing the courtroom dynamics. As the prosecutor presents a litany of accusations, Lucas's eloquence surprises everyone, shifting the narrative from disbelief to intrigue. This initial courtroom drama serves as a microcosm of larger societal issues. The media's sensationalism amplifies the public's perception, often distorting the truth for ratings rather than justice. Lucas's case becomes a symbol of resilience against a system that frequently overlooks the innocent, especially when they are young and vulnerable. As he begins to articulate his defense, he not only challenges the prosecutor's narrative, but also the very foundation of the judicial system that has failed him. This moment underscores a critical truth. Intelligence and capability are not confined to age or experience. As the trial progresses, Lucas's analytical mind becomes his greatest asset. With each witness that testifies against him, he deftly exposes inconsistencies, turning the courtroom into a stage where he commands attention and respect. His journey is not just about proving his innocence, it is a quest to unveil the deeper truths lurking beneath the surface. The introduction of Dr. Fernandez, a retired lawyer who becomes a mentor figure, adds a layer of complexity to the narrative. Although he cannot officially represent Lucas, his guidance is pivotal, illustrating the importance of mentorship and support in navigating challenging circumstances. This alliance highlights a crucial strategy in overcoming systemic barriers. Collaboration and the pooling of knowledge can empower the underdog. As Lucas unearths evidence of tampering and potential conspiracy, the stakes escalate. The courtroom transforms into a theater of chaos, with emotions running high as Lucas exposes the prosecutor's manipulations. The tension peaks when an unexpected witness steps forward, revealing a larger conspiracy that not only impacts Lucas's fate, but also shakes the foundations of the justice system itself. This moment serves as a reminder that truth often lies hidden, waiting for the right voice to bring it to light. The judge, initially skeptical, finds himself re-evaluating his stance as Lucas presents irrefutable proof against the backdrop of a flawed legal argument. In the climactic showdown, Lucas stands resolute against the prosecutor, dismantling accusations with impeccable reasoning. The courtroom, once filled with doubt, now buzzes with a newfound respect for the young boy who dared to challenge the status quo. As the judge prepares to deliver his final ruling, the atmosphere is electric with anticipation. Lucas's journey transcends his personal struggle. It becomes a testament to the power of truth and the resilience of the human spirit. Ultimately, Lucas is declared innocent, his story igniting a viral wave of support that challenges public perceptions of justice. The judge, moved by the child's extraordinary talent and determination, acknowledges that age does not define one's ability to seek truth. As Lucas contemplates a future in law, the narrative closes with a poignant reflection. Justice is not merely a concept reserved for the experienced, it is a right that belongs to all, regardless of age. This story invites readers to ponder their own beliefs about justice, urging them to engage in a dialogue that transcends the courtroom and resonates in the broader societal context. In a world where the courtroom often serves as a battleground for the powerful, the story of Lucas Ramirez challenges the very fabric of our understanding of justice. The notion that an individual, particularly a child, can stand against seasoned legal professionals is not merely fiction. It echoes real-life instances where the underdog prevails through sheer intellect and determination. Research indicates that children can possess remarkable cognitive abilities, often outperforming adults in specific tasks. For instance, studies by the American Psychological Association reveal that children can exhibit advanced problem-solving skills and critical thinking, particularly when they are passionate about a subject, like Lucas with the law. As Lucas faces the daunting task of defending himself, the courtroom becomes a microcosm of societal beliefs about age and competence. The media's portrayal of his case mirrors the sensationalism seen in high-profile trials, where public opinion can sway the judicial process. In 2019, a study by the Pew Research Center found that media coverage significantly influences public perception of criminal cases, often leading to preconceived notions about guilt or innocence. Lucas's silence in the early stages serves as a strategic observation, reminiscent of tactics employed by renowned lawyers who often emphasize listening as a critical skill in courtroom dynamics. This approach aligns with the findings of legal experts who argue that understanding the nuances of a case can be just as vital as speaking. The introduction of Dr. Fernandez, a retired lawyer, symbolizes the potential for mentorship and guidance in the face of adversity. His role reflects the importance of support systems in legal education, where mentorship can significantly impact a young person's ability to navigate complex legal landscapes. Research from the National Mentoring Partnership highlights that mentored youth are 55% more likely to enroll in college and 78% more likely to volunteer regularly in their communities. This statistic underscores the power of guidance and belief in one's potential, as Dr. Fernandez helps Lucas shape his defense strategy. As the trial unfolds, Lucas's ability to counter witness testimonies with sharp questioning reveals an innate understanding of legal principles, reinforcing the idea that intelligence is not confined to age. The courtroom becomes a stage where Lucas's analytical mind dismantles the prosecutor's arguments, showcasing the cognitive abilities that some experts argue can be more pronounced in gifted children. A report from the National Association for Gifted Children notes that gifted individuals often demonstrate advanced reasoning skills, which can lead to innovative solutions in challenging situations. The climax of the story, marked by the unexpected revelation of a larger conspiracy, serves as a reminder of the complexities within the justice system. Legal scholars emphasize that wrongful accusations and systemic failures are not uncommon, with organizations like the Innocence Project advocating for those wrongfully convicted. The emotional weight of the courtroom scene, where Lucas confronts the prosecutor, highlights the dramatic tension that often accompanies trials, making it clear that the pursuit of truth can sometimes be overshadowed by the machinations of the legal system. In the end, Lucas's triumph is not just a victory for him, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the quest for justice. His story resonates with those who believe in the power of truth over age, echoing sentiments expressed by legal experts who argue that justice should be blind to age and status. As Lucas's journey goes viral, it prompts a broader conversation about the fairness of the legal system and the potential for change. The narrative leaves readers reflecting on the fundamental question: is justice truly equitable, or does it favor the powerful? This compelling tale invites us to consider our own beliefs about fairness and the role of intelligence in the pursuit of justice. In a gripping courtroom drama, Lucas Ramirez, a 12-year-old orphan with an extraordinary intellect, finds himself wrongfully accused of a crime. Alone and without legal representation, he is thrust into a battle against seasoned legal professionals, including an aggressive prosecutor and a skeptical judge. The atmosphere is charged with tension as the media sensationalizes the case, painting Lucas as a mere child, incapable of defending himself. However, this young prodigy surprises everyone with his keen observations and eloquence, challenging the expectations placed upon him. As the trial unfolds, Lucas faces a daunting system that seems stacked against him. The prosecutor presents evidence that is both misleading and condescending, but Lucas counters with sharp questions that expose the contradictions in witness testimonies. With each passing moment, the audience begins to see him not just as a child, but as a formidable opponent. The turning point comes when Dr. Fernandez, a retired lawyer, takes an interest in Lucas's plight. Though he cannot officially represent him, he becomes a guiding force, helping Lucas craft a defense strategy that will ultimately reveal the truth. Lucas's determination leads him to uncover critical evidence of tampering, revealing a conspiracy that extends beyond his case. He navigates legal traps set by the prosecutor, using his analytical mind to exploit flaws in their arguments. As the trial reaches its climax, Lucas stands before the court, armed with irrefutable proof that exposes the prosecutor's lies. The tension in the courtroom escalates, and the judge begins to shift his stance, recognizing the gravity of the situation. Just when it seems that all hope is lost, an unexpected witness steps forward, unveiling deeper layers of deceit that have plagued the case from the start. In the resolution, Lucas is declared innocent, and his story resonates widely, shaking public perception of justice and intelligence. The judge, moved by Lucas's talent and resilience, acknowledges the significance of the truth over age. The narrative concludes with a poignant reflection on justice, suggesting that it transcends age and hinges on the pursuit of truth. As the audience contemplates the implications of Lucas's journey, they are invited to engage further, questioning the fairness of justice and the potential for change. This compelling tale not only highlights the brilliance of a young mind, but also challenges societal norms regarding intelligence and the legal system, leaving a lasting impact on all who witness it. In a world where justice often seems skewed, the story of Lucas Ramirez serves as a poignant reminder of the power of truth and intellect. This gripping narrative unfolds in a courtroom where an orphaned boy, armed only with his extraordinary intellect and a fierce determination, faces the daunting challenge of defending himself against serious allegations. Lucas's journey from being a misunderstood child to a formidable legal mind captivates audiences, illustrating that age does not define capability. As the courtroom drama intensifies, Lucas's silent observations transform into articulate defenses, challenging the assumptions of those around him and shifting public perception. The development of Lucas's character is marked by pivotal moments that showcase his growth and resilience. With the help of a retired lawyer, Dr. Fernandez, Lucas begins to navigate the complexities of the legal system, uncovering evidence that reveals a deeper conspiracy at play. Each chapter builds suspense, as Lucas's strategic questioning exposes the inconsistencies in the testimonies against him, gradually winning over the courtroom's skepticism. The narrative cleverly intertwines the themes of injustice and perseverance, culminating in a climax that not only tests Lucas's mettle, but also unveils the systemic flaws within the judicial process. As the unexpected twists unfold, the tension reaches a fever pitch, leaving readers on the edge of their seats, eager to see if the truth will prevail. In the climactic showdown, Lucas stands firm against the prosecutor, dismantling accusations with a clarity that astonishes the judge and the audience alike. The courtroom, once filled with doubt, becomes a stage for revelation as Lucas presents irrefutable evidence that not only clears his name, but also exposes a larger conspiracy. This moment serves as a turning point, highlighting the importance of integrity and the courage to confront authority. The resolution of the trial not only vindicates Lucas, but also ignites a broader conversation about justice and the potential for change within the legal system. The judge's acknowledgement of Lucas's talent signals a shift in perspective, emphasizing that intelligence and truth can emerge from the most unexpected places. As we reflect on Lucas's journey, it becomes clear that this story is more than just a tale of triumph. It is a call to action for all of us. It challenges us to reconsider our views on justice, urging us to advocate for those who may not have a voice. The narrative encourages readers to engage in discussions about fairness and equity, prompting us to question how we can contribute to a more just society. As Lucas contemplates pursuing a legal education, his story inspires a new generation to believe in their potential and the power of knowledge. What do you think about Lucas's incredible journey? Do you believe that justice is truly fair? Join the conversation, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more inspiring stories that challenge our understanding of the world. Together, we can foster a dialogue that not only honors Lucas's bravery, but also inspires action toward a more just future. In the unfolding drama of Lucas Ramirez's trial, we witness a profound exploration of justice and the resilience of the human spirit. The courtroom, a battleground where innocence confronts skepticism, becomes a stage for the extraordinary capabilities of a young boy who, despite his age, embodies wisdom beyond his years. Lucas's journey from being an overlooked orphan to a formidable self-represented defendant challenges the very foundations of what society perceives as competence and credibility. Each chapter of his experience reveals the stark contrasts between the naivete of youth and the often cynical machinations of the legal system. As the prosecutor's condescending demeanor begins to falter under Lucas's incisive questioning, the narrative shifts, compelling the audience to reconsider their preconceived notions about intelligence and justice. The climax of this story not only highlights Lucas's triumph over adversity, but also serves as a poignant commentary on the systemic flaws that can ensnare the innocent. The unexpected alliance with Dr. Fernandez illustrates the importance of mentorship and support, reinforcing the idea that wisdom can come from unexpected places. Lucas's ability to uncover the truth, despite overwhelming odds, ignites hope and inspires those who witness his battle. The courtroom erupts not just in chaos, but in a collective awakening to the realities of injustice and the power of truth. As the final ruling declares Lucas innocent, the narrative transcends mere legal victory. It becomes a testament to the potential of the human spirit when fueled by determination and intellect. Ultimately, this story invites us to reflect on the nature of justice itself. It challenges us to consider whether fairness is truly attainable within a flawed system and encourages us to advocate for those who may not have a voice. Lucas Ramirez's journey is a reminder that age does not define capability, and that sometimes it is the unwavering pursuit of truth that leads to true justice. In a world where the scales of justice often tip unevenly, let us remember that courage and intellect can emerge from the most unlikely places, urging us to support and uplift those who dare to challenge the status quo. As we ponder the implications of Lucas's story, we are left with a powerful question. Are we too willing to stand up for what is right, regardless of our age or circumstances?